Imagine a typical day in a Las Vegas courtroom suddenly turning into a scene of chaos and violence. Picture this: a solemn setting where justice is served, a place of order and respect. The judge, Mary Kay Holthus, presides over the proceedings with command and dignity. Proceedings are underway as usual, with one case standing out, that of Deobra Redden, a man facing sentencing with a history of both felony and misdemeanor charges. But this sentencing wasn't to follow the usual script. Amid the echo of legal jargon and the rustle of papers, a sudden eruption of expletives cuts through the silence. Redden, consumed by rage, lunges at Judge Holthus, pulling her to the floor. The courtroom, once a sanctuary of law and order, descends into a maelstrom of panic and confusion. Fear and shock replace the courtroom's typical calm as those present scramble to restrain Redden. This was not an ordinary day in court, but a shocking and disturbing turn of events. As the sentencing was underway, a chilling shift in the courtroom atmosphere took place. The room, once filled with the solemnity of justice, was suddenly consumed by a palpable sense of fear and tension. In the midst of the proceedings, Deobra Redden, the man on trial, began to yell expletives. The courtroom, normally a place of order and decorum, was shattered by the harsh and unsettling sounds of Redden's anger. With an alarming burst of energy, Redden then launched himself towards Judge Mary Kay Holthus, who was presiding over the case. It was a sight that was as unexpected as it was unsettling. Redden's hands reached out, pulling the judge from the relative safety of her bench and onto the floor. The once quiet courtroom was now a scene of utter pandemonium. The people present in the courtroom were taken aback, their faces reflecting a mix of shock and fear. The unexpected attack had happened so quickly, leaving little time for anyone to react. But as the reality of the situation set in, people sprang into action. Courtroom marshals, trained for situations like this, lunged towards Redden in an attempt to restrain him. Their faces were set in grim determination, their entire focus on the man who had turned a place of justice into a scene of violence. Yet despite their best efforts, the struggle to regain control was anything but easy. Redden, fueled by his rage, resisted with all his might, adding to the chaos that had unfolded. In the gallery, attorneys, court reporters, and spectators watched in stunned silence. The attack had disrupted the steady rhythm of the courtroom, leaving everyone in a state of shock and disbelief. It was a stark reminder that, despite the controlled environment of a courtroom, unpredictability was always a possibility. In the blink of an eye, the courtroom was plunged into chaos. The scene that unfolded that day was a stark contrast to the typical courtroom proceedings, yet it was a reminder of the inherent dangers that can lurk in the most unexpected places. When the dust settled, the repercussions of this unprecedented event began to emerge. In the chaotic aftermath of the courtroom attack, the physical toll became apparent. Judge Mary Kay Holthus, an esteemed member of the Clark County District Court, suffered minor injuries. Despite the suddenness of the attack, she managed to limit the damage, a testament to her quick thinking and resilience. Yet she was not the only one to bear the brunt of the incident. A courtroom marshal, whose identity remains undisclosed, was also injured in the process. These dedicated professionals stand as the first line of defense in such situations, and this unfortunate event underscores the risks they undertake every day. Moving to the legal consequences, Deobra Redden, the man behind the assault, found himself in deeper waters. Already in court for sentencing on charges of attempted battery with substantial bodily harm, he now faces additional charges for his brazen attack on Judge Holthus. The severity of his actions, disrupting court proceedings and attacking a judge, will likely lead to a significant increase in his sentence. It's important to remember, though, that the fallout from this event extends beyond the courtroom walls. It has sent shockwaves through the judicial system, shedding light on potential security gaps and the need for improved protective measures. After all, the courtroom should be a place of justice, not a venue for violence. This incident also underscores the psychological impact of such events. Imagine the shock and fear experienced by those present, the trauma they may carry with them. It's a stark reminder of the need for mental health support in the aftermath of such incidents, for the victims, the witnesses, and even for the perpetrator. In essence, the aftermath of the attack on Judge Holthus is a ripple effect, impacting individuals, the judicial system, and society at large. It's a wake-up call, a reminder that even in places of law and order, chaos can erupt. This incident left a lasting impact, not just on those directly involved, but on the entire judicial system. The shocking courtroom attack was not Deobra Redden's first brush with the law, far from it in fact. Redden has a long, tangled history with the law that's as complex as it is troubling. His record is littered with a variety of charges, from misdemeanors to felonies. But let's delve a bit deeper into this history, shall we? Redden's criminal journey began with a series of misdemeanors. These seemingly minor transgressions, however, were merely a prelude to the graver offenses that were to come. He soon found himself facing felony charges. The nature of these charges varied, but one thing remained consistent: a disturbing pattern of violence and disregard for the law. One of the most serious charges against Redden was attempted battery with substantial bodily harm. This is a charge that goes beyond simple assault. It implies a level of violence and intent that is chilling to contemplate. Redden, however, pleaded guilty to this charge. This admission of guilt, while perhaps a step towards acknowledging his actions, was also a stark reminder of his violent tendencies. And then, of course, there was the courtroom attack. This shocking incident was not an isolated outburst, but rather the latest episode in a long series of violent acts. It was a stark reminder of the danger he posed not only to individuals, but also to the very fabric of our legal system. Redden's violent actions in the courtroom were a reflection of his troubled past, a past marked by a pattern of escalating violence and a flagrant disregard for the law. Yet it is also a past that raises important questions about how our society deals with individuals like Redden. How can we prevent such incidents in the future? And what does this tell us about the broader issue of violence in our society? These are questions that we must grapple with as we seek to understand and respond to this shocking incident. This shocking incident has sparked serious discussions about courtroom safety. In the wake of this disturbing event, the court has been prompted to take a hard look at its current protocols. The safety of the judiciary, public, and employees is paramount, and it is clear that measures need to be put in place to ensure such an incident does not recur. The court's reaction has been swift and decisive. A comprehensive review of existing protocols is underway, with a focus on identifying any gaps or weaknesses that could potentially put people at risk. This incident has highlighted the fact that even within the confines of a courtroom, danger can lurk. But this issue extends far beyond just one courtroom in Las Vegas. It's a nationwide concern. Courtrooms across the country need to reassess their security measures, learning from this incident and implementing stronger safeguards where necessary. It's a call for change that cannot be ignored. The courtroom should be a place of justice, not violence. It should be a place where all parties involved in the judicial process, from the judges to the defendants to the public, can feel secure. But as this incident has shown, that sense of security can be shattered in an instant. This situation serves as a stern wake-up call. It's a call to action for all those involved in the judicial system to ensure that our courtrooms are safe spaces. It's a call to prioritize the safety of everyone present and to take the necessary steps towards a more secure and responsible judiciary. As we move forward, it's crucial that we learn from this incident. It's crucial that we take action to prevent such a scene from ever playing out again. It's crucial that we answer this call for change. This alarming event serves as a stark reminder of the need for courtroom safety protocols and the importance of ensuring the security of everyone involved in the judicial process. The Las Vegas courtroom attack was a shocking event that will not soon be forgotten. We've delved into the details of this unsettling incident, which saw Deobra Redden in the midst of his sentencing launch an attack on Judge Mary Kay Holthus. This unexpected and violent outburst led to a chaotic scene in the courtroom, resulting in injury to the judge and a courtroom marshal. Following the attack, we examined the aftermath and the subsequent discussions around courtroom safety. It was a stark reminder that even in what should be a place of law and order, unexpected dangers can arise. This event has sparked a renewed focus on ensuring the safety of all those within our courtrooms, from the judiciary to the public and employees. As we continue to grapple with the implications of this attack, one thing is clear: the safety and security of our courtrooms must remain a top priority.